That is so pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm happy I have this. So I'm just running the spoolie into the wax. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to sit down and try out some new makeup that I recently purchased. The Sephora VIB sale is actually currently still going on, but it started a few days ago and I placed a couple of orders. Listen, I started off with just one order and then I placed a second order when I saw that they had some makeup items that were already for sale that you could get an additional discount on. So I bought a few more things after my first initial order, but I thought it'd be really fun since I told you guys what I was thinking about picking up in my Sephora VIB sale recommendations video that I posted a few days back. And I ended up picking up some of those products. So since I let you guys know what I was looking into purchasing, I thought it'd be fun to do a video sitting down and trying it all on camera. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I don't have my brows on yet because I bought a brow product that I want to try. We're going to actually start off with skin though. I'm going to start by using the Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. I have been eyeing this for a while. This says it's hydrating and it's supposed to make your makeup last longer. To be honest, I'm filming this in the evening because that's just how my schedule worked out. So I won't be able to do like a wear test with these, but I will leave any notes if I see anything, you know, happen throughout the rest of the night as I wear these. And then I'm going to try to wear them for the next couple of days before this video goes live. But anyway, here is the bottle. It looks really pretty. It has like pink little specks in it. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm going to start by applying about this much. I'm assuming that that's probably plenty. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over the skin. You guys, I just barely trimmed my nails and I painted them right before filming this. So I could possibly actually ruin them by opening all these boxes with my not dry nails. But I feel so strange without longer nails. I've always done my own nails at home. Like it's been forever since I've gone to a salon. So every time you see my nails long, it's my natural nails underneath. And I just feel like it's so strange to have shorter nails, but it was about time to just cut them down a little bit and give my nails a break. So I'm just applying this all over the skin. Okay, I was actually picturing this to be more of an oily base than what it's feeling like. Obviously it does have a little bit of an oil to it, but it's not so slick to where I feel like it's gonna make my face look so extremely greasy throughout the day. You can see it left the skin looking really nice and glowy, but in the best way. Like it left just the right amount of glow. I'm really excited about this product. It had really good reviews on Sephora, which is actually one of the reasons why I ended up purchasing it in the first place. Wow, that's really, really nice. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to use a foundation that I recently picked up. I picked this up probably about a month ago now. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue foundation. I've been really actually enjoying this. This is the shade 1 and 2 Ecru. It's a very, very liquidy foundation and it's very hydrating and very glowy, but I really like it. I feel like Estee Lauder makes some of the best foundations. Like as far as the wear goes, every time I wear an Estee Lauder foundation, I'm always so impressed at how it wears on my skin. And this is no exception. It definitely has more of a glowy finish. So by the end of the day, I definitely do look a little bit glowy, but I find that it doesn't separate. I really have liked this a lot actually. It took me a minute to decide how much I like this foundation just because I'm so used to like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and then there's the Double Wear Water Fresh foundation, which I think they discontinued, and I think this was supposed to be like a replacement of that. So that's what I was kind of like torn between, is if this was better than that one. And I don't know if it's better, but it is a very, very beautiful foundation and I have been getting a lot of use out of it. So I'm just blending that out with a brush. I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just take what's left off the back of my hand and then press the rest of this into the skin. This foundation has a glowy finish already, but I feel like on top of that Laneige primer, it really, really emphasized the glow in a good way. I feel like my skin looks healthy and it feels really lightweight on the skin, which is something that I also really like about this foundation and also the primer now that I'm thinking about it. My skin feels like it can still breathe, which I like a lot. I'm going to quickly conceal with a little bit of my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. This is a favorite concealer of mine. It never lets me down. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and start to kind of buff that out in the general areas that I want it. By the way, those last two products are not from my haul. I will definitely make sure to tell you guys which products are brand new to me or which ones I'm doing a first impressions on. The foundation and concealer I have definitely worn before and I'm very familiar with. After I feel like the brush blended everything out pretty well, I'm going to go back over everything with my sponge, again just to make sure it's nice and even and pressed into the skin. I'm just going to take what's left on the concealer brush and buff it really lightly on the eyelids just to cancel out any discoloration there. Alright, we're going to warm up the complexion with this right here. This is the Kosas Baked Bronzer in the shade Light. Now listen, I did purchase this a couple days earlier than this Sephora sale started, and so it came to me earlier and I have been using it. So yes, I have tried this already, but yes, it is also still new to me, and yes, I am loving it. I think it's the most beautiful bronzer. I'm just going to start to lightly press this onto the skin. The thing I like about it is that it's not completely matte. So it gives you a beautiful, healthy glow to the skin, but the tone and texture of the formula is so pretty as well. I've been using this pretty much every day since I got it, I would say. It's kind of interesting because it's actually a very creamy baked bronzer. I feel like even though it's a powder formula and it's baked, it actually melts into the skin almost like a liquid would. It seems like a very innovative formula and I really love how it looks on the skin. I don't know if it's really showing up on camera, but hopefully you can kind of see that golden sheen that it gives the skin as well. I'm going to go back over. I love that bronzer brush, but it sheds so bad now. It's one of my older brushes and I feel like it's falling apart on me. But anyways, I'm just going to take my sponge and go around the edges of the bronzer just to make sure everything is super blended. I'm going to make sure to add some down the neck and along the jawline. Overall, I feel like my skin so far looks super glowy and healthy. I'm really into it. Okay, this next product is one of the things that I placed in my second order when I figured out there were some products that were on sale that I got an extra sale on. This is a Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette. You guys, I have eyed this for so long. It's in the shade 01 Daria. I've seen this on Sephora for so long and you know, it's a Natasha Denona huge face palette. I can't even remember what I got it for. I think I ended up getting it for like $30 something with my discount, 30 or 40. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I'm thrilled about this. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're gonna use this as highlighter. I have another blush, so I'm not gonna try out the blush shades in here, but it's perfect for highlighters. Most of the shades in this palette are highlights. So you get 3 cream products on top and then 3 powder products on the bottom. I'm really excited about this. So let's see here. I'm going to take the other side of my sponge actually, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. This is the Glow Cream Base. I'm not very familiar with this formula, to be honest, so just bear with me as I try to figure it out. But I'm just taking my sponge and kind of dipping into the base first, and I'm starting to layer that up on the high points of the face, also a little bit down the center of the nose and on the cupid's bow. Okay, so that's the base. Now I think I'm going to mix the Glow Extreme with the Duo Glow. The Duo Glow actually looks powder. I think it might be a powder. I'm going to mix the two and apply it right on top of where I just applied the base. Ooh, that's pretty. Same thing on this side of the face. Oh, you can see that pink pop through right there. Oh my gosh, this is like super glowy. I'm going to take just the Glow Extreme and I'm going to layer that down the center of the nose and on the cupid's bow. And I'm going to take what's left on the brush. There's a little bit of that pink shade as well. And I'm just going to kind of dust it over top of the brows a little bit. Wow, there's a little bit of like a blush color almost in that Duo Glow shade. That is so pretty. I'm going to take my sponge and just press everything down to make sure there's no harsh lines. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm happy I have this. This is normally like $90 or $80 or something like that. So I just was always on the fence about it, but since I got it on such a good sale, what a great find. Tell you what. So for blush, I wanted to pick up the Tower 28 Luminous Tinted Balm in the shade Magic Hour. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, a lot of makeup artists specifically recently, and it's made me very interested and intrigued by this. I did swatch it when I first got it in the mail. I could not even wait, but I haven't put it on my cheeks yet. So I'm going to take the bottom of my sponge. I'm going to dip into this and then press it on the back of the hand just to make sure I don't have too much product, because when I swatched it, it was actually more pigmented than I initially anticipated. So I'm going to go ahead and start to build that up on the apples of the cheeks, just bouncing it into the skin with the bottom of my sponge. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. I'm going to go across the nose slightly, but it's interesting because it's actually almost smoothing out the texture on my cheeks. I don't have too much texture on the cheeks, but I do have pores, and it seems like this formula, maybe laid on top of that Natasha Denona goodness, but it's just really smoothing out my cheeks. I don't know. My face looks pretty smooth right here where normally it can look a little bit intense. That could also be the primer. I actually don't know. It could be the primer. All I know is things are looking good. Wow, I'm really genuinely excited about all these things that I've purchased so far, which is a good thing because, you know, it always is a gamble when you buy something new just based off of reviews or based off of what you feel like you might like. It's always risky. There can always be something that you don't end up loving. I'm actually gonna do lips next. So I've had this on my loves list at Sephora for a long time and I finally just picked it up. This is the Bobbi Brown Art Stick in the shade Bare. Look how massive this lip crayon is compared to my face. Like, it's so big, but it's so fun. And it comes with a sharpener. So I'm just gonna wipe off anything that's on the lips. But the cool thing about this is it's like a lip liner and a lipstick in one, but you can also color on the cheeks and then blend it out as a blush. Obviously, I didn't want to do that today because I actually purchased a cream blush that I wanted to try out. So I'm gonna go ahead and line and fill in the lips with this. I did try this on already, but I didn't have any other makeup on. There's just certain things, especially if I buy the makeup, that I can't really be patient enough to wait until I'm filming to try it out. So I have already put this on my lips, but I have not seen it as a part of a full makeup look yet. So I really like the formula. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but I could see myself using this quite a bit actually. It's really pretty, huh? I feel like my face looks funny because my eyes and my brows are not complete yet, but we'll get there. Let's go ahead and powder the T-zone a little bit. I'm gonna take my Beauty Bakery powder, and as always, before we set anything, I'm gonna make sure to take my concealer brush and just buff away any of the settling that may have happened underneath the eyes. I'm just gonna take a Real Techniques brush and press that Beauty Bakery powder into the skin. Just the T-zone though. I don't want to cover up any of that highlight that we have going on. I want to try to avoid the blush. So I'm really just focusing it underneath the eyes and right up against the nose, through the smile lines, and also on the tip of the nose too. And then I'm also going to go ahead and touch up the forehead just a little bit. I'm going to put a little powder through the brows, not too much, but just a little. And then I'm also going to set the blemishes. I have like this family of blemishes right here. They're having a party on my jawline and it's like distracting, but oh well, what can you do? I'm going to very gently press back over the cheeks with the bottom of the sponge again, just to make sure we didn't lose that color on the apples of the cheeks. Okay, we are going to do a little bit of an eyeshadow look. I'm going to take that same Kosas Baked Bronzer, and I'm actually going to run this through the crease first, because I want some sort of definition right here before we go in with anything else. Maybe I'll do a little bit of what's left on the brush on the lower lash line. The more I look at that lip color, the more I really like it. Okay, this is something that I've also seen on Sephora's website for so long. It is not a new product by any means. This has existed for a long time, but it was $10. Like, it was on sale for $10, so then I had the sale on top of it and I got even more money off of it. It's from Kat Von D. I don't think I've ever really bought anything from Kat Von D before. This is the Alchemist Holographic Palette. It's supposed to be an eye and highlighter palette. Here's what it looks like. I mean, you can't really tell in the pan, so I'm just gonna start applying it to the eyes. I'm gonna take the Ultraviolet Amethyst shade, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. Oh my. Oh wow. Oh, that shows up way more on the skin than it does in the pan. Okay, so I'm starting out with this in the inner corner, and then I'm gonna move it kind of onto the eyelids a little bit. Let's dip into the blue or the sapphire shade and pop that in the center of the lid. Wow, this is really pretty. I almost feel like that's as much as I want to do. I'm flipping the brush over and using what's left of the bronzer back through the crease. Okay, I might go back in with a little bit of that amethyst shade in the very, very inner corner of the eye. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of pink opal, which is at the bottom of the palette, and I'm going to apply that in the inner corner of the eye and maybe drag it into this area here slightly. Okay, so definitely very iridescent. I feel like this would also work well being layered on top of other things, but this is another thing that was on sale and I had to buy it. This is the Cover FX Glitter Drops. Everything Cover FX is on sale right now. I don't know if they're moving it out of Sephora or not, but you can use your VIB code on top of the existing discount on these. This is the Cover FX Glitter Drops in the shade Lunar. These are so pretty. I've been following this makeup artist on Instagram recently and she is so creative. Her name is Ashley, I believe. I will have her Instagram link down below. She needs way more followers because I get so absolutely inspired by the looks she creates on her Instagram stories. She's the one that made me look this up and it happened to be on sale, so I bought it. but she did an eye look the other day where she took this and I put a little bit on the back of my hand and I'm picking it up with a brush, and I'm actually going to use this on the eyes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and layer this. I figured that it would be pretty on top of these Kat Von D eyeshadows, so I'm just gonna go ahead and press this onto the eyelid. Oh, it's so pretty. I feel like these studio lights wash out the actual intensity of this glitter drop because it's so stunning. It has like a pastel blue and pink and purple shift to it, but it's definitely mainly blue. Wow, that really does look pretty on top of those Kat Von D shadows. Oh, I'm losing eyelashes here. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Benefit highbrow pencil and I'm gonna run that through the waterline. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of the green shade from the Kat Von D palette and I'm gonna run that along the lower lash line a little bit. Why not? I'm just taking my finger and pressing down the glitter drops. This is one thing I wasn't sure of. I wasn't sure if it would crease pretty bad because these don't seem to be drying, at least not very quickly. And I have a pretty hooded eye shape, so it could end up creasing. I don't really know. I guess we'll have to see. I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Bretman Rock Mascara. I'm just gonna do quite a few coats of that since we have a lot of pastels on the eyes. I feel like more bold lashes will tie everything together. Okay, I'm going back in with the Amethyst shade from Kat Von D, and it's actually adhering to the Cover FX glitter drop like oil really well. So it's making things a little bit more vibrant. Should have probably waited until those mascara marks were dried because I sealed them in. Oh well. We're just playing with makeup. I'm not going anywhere. It doesn't matter. Okay, we are going to do brows. I feel like I've looked so strange this entire time with no brows. And I'm so excited to try this. This was probably the #1 thing I was excited to pick up. This is the Patrick Ta, I got powder on it. It's the Patrick Ta Major Brow Shaping Wax. I got the shade Clear. It comes in 2 shades. They had a tinted shade as well, but I just wanted to get a feel for the formula before, you know, buying the tinted version. So basically, it's a wax that you spray with a setting spray. I ended up having to buy this brow brush on the Patrick Ta website because it sold out super fast on Sephora. It sold out like on launch day on Sephora.com. Maybe it's restocked now, I don't really know. But they launched a brush with it. It has a spoolie on one end and then the angled brush on the other end. So I wanted to pick this up just so that I had the proper tools to work with this product since I don't really have anything like it. Okay, I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus. Okay, oops, I just got it all over the mirror. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just running the spoolie into the wax. Honestly, you guys, I do not know how this is supposed to work. So you might have to just bear with me for a second. Did I get enough? Is that too much? I don't know. We're just gonna go for it. Okay, I'm brushing it through the brows. I feel like I got too much product in it. I don't know. It's working though. There's a little bit of like that glycerin soap stuff. Okay, I can feel it kind of drying down. I don't really know how spiky I want my brows. I saw a tutorial on Sephora where you kind of take the actual applicator and you can use that to smash the brows down up against the skin. Wow, things are looking crazy right now. Maybe I should have trimmed my brows before this. That might have been good. Holy smokes, when I press them up against the skin, it really sticks down and kind of gives you more of that laminated brow look. Okay, so now that my brows are all the way up to heaven, now I'm gonna go in with a pomade. I grabbed a pomade before starting. Here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna take the Benefit Brow Gel and I'm gonna use the other side of this brow brush. And I'm gonna get some of this on the back of my hand. I don't want it to be too intense. And I'm just gonna start using that to fill in the rest of the brow, right? I think that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. Wow, this brush really does create those super duper precise brow marks. Wait a minute, I feel like that looks actually pretty good. Let's do a little bit on this brow. Okay, I definitely feel like this is going to take me a little more practice, but I'm not mad at my first shot at these soap brow things. I feel like it's gonna take a minute for me to learn how to get like these inner portions of the brow to be a little more even just by using like that spoolie. I'm just so used to using like a pencil, which I'm sure I could use a pencil actually after using that pomade stuff, but which maybe I'll try that just on the ends. I'm gonna take my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and just kind of elongate the ends of the brow a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a couple more lines in here. I don't know if it's gonna get better than that, at least not for my first time, but maybe if I get a little more practice, I can get it to look even better, but I really do love this effect. I always see it everywhere on Instagram, and I've always wanted to be able to do it and make my brows look very feathery, and I feel like it definitely gave me that. It's just going to take me a couple more times, I think, to figure out how to fill in my brows with this applicator, but I am happy with the results. Okay, let's step back and assess the situation. I think I'm going to take a little bit of what's left on the bottom of my sponge again and just kind of add a little more blush closer to the nose. I feel like everything else looks really nice though. Since I have the MAC Fix Plus sitting right here, I'm just going to spray the face, focusing on the sides of my face with this just to set. Once I feel like that's pretty dried down, I'm going to take my sponge and lightly press everything into the skin one more time. Gosh, my skin looks so smooth. Is it that primer? Is it the highlight? The bronzer? I don't really know. I'm really liking how my complexion looks though. Well, I must say, I am very excited about everything that I purchased. I love how my makeup turned out, and I'm so excited to keep using these. I feel like, honestly, you guys, I scored on this Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette. I'm so excited about it. It's something that I feel like I will reach for over and over again. These are my tones. It's going to work really well for my skin tone, which I feel like isn't always the case with a face palette like this. They did have a shade that was deeper, so if you feel like these shades would be a little too light for your skin tone, they do have one that is more suited for medium to deep skin tones, which is awesome. But yeah, I'm like especially excited about that. I'm really excited about everything though, honestly. The bronzer, the blush, that palette. I really like the lip color, the eyeshadow, even those Cover FX glitter drops, which by the way, I don't even think they're meant really to be used on the eyes. I was just inspired by that Instagram tutorial. You can use these on the face too. You can use them on the body. And I don't know, I just thought they'd be really fun. Plus they were on sale, so why not? Guys, I really feel like I found some awesome products and I'm so excited about it. The primer is getting me really excited because my skin's looking good and I feel like it definitely has a lot to do with the primer. So I'm going to continue to use that. I will keep you guys posted. I will continue to use the products that I keep using in future videos so you can really see, you know, different ways I like to use them or how they work with other products. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, especially if you were interested in some of the things I was interested in, or even if you picked up some of these things. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for today's video. I honestly feel like I don't want to wash this off tonight. I'm a little bit sad that I filmed this at night, honestly, because I want to be able to wear this all day long, but oh well, it is what it is. I truly hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!